Good morning, grade 4. How are you today, miss? Today, our lesson is lesson 2 from chapter 2, addition and subtraction patterns. So, we will speak about patterns, and actually, at the end of the lesson, you will be able to use patterns to solve addition and subtraction problems. But before of that, let us remember together, what do we mean by patterns? Actually, if you remember, pattern is an arrangement of lines and shapes and colors, okay? It helps you to find out, the answer or find out the solution, okay? So let's say it's a pattern is easily repeated, shapes or repeated colors in, in a special design. Okay, so it's repeated in a special design where it helps you to find out the missing number. So if you look here, let's, for example, speak together about this pattern here. Starting with the first one, it's actually a repeated shapes, if you can look. Now, at first, you can notice that your pattern here is repeated every 3 different shapes. Okay, so you can find out that after the last, shape. So again, looking at the orange shapes, if you notice that it's repeated every 3 different shapes. Let's say it's a triangle, rectangle, pentagon, then triangle, rectangle, pentagon, triangle, rectangle, pentagon. So what's how we will start? What's the coming shape? It will be again triangle. So as you can notice that we see a pattern, we see some repeated shapes that after 3 shapes they repeated again, and this helps us to find out the answer of the coming or the the shape that comes after the pentagon. Now in the other one there is shapes and colors are different. So you can notice, for example, if you are looking at the colors, we find out it's repeated after 3 different colors. Green, blue, purple, green, blue, purple, green, blue, purple, green. So the coming green, which is green triangle, and that's it, miss. So as you can see here, repeating shapes and colors, it's actually a pattern, and it helped me to find out the answer. It's not only shapes, sometimes it's numbers, okay, as you can see. So sometimes repeating numbers help me to find out the answer, okay. Now if you can notice here, there are sequences of number with a fixed common difference. How is that? You can notice that in every time I add 2 in the first one and I add 3 in the second, sequences. Look here, from 1 to 3 I add 2 and I adding 2, so it's repeated. And from 3 to 6 I add 3, then I add another 3, I add another 3, and this will help me to find out, for example, what comes after 9, it's 11. What comes after 24, it's 27, and that's it. Now let's go to the example in the book to find out how the pattern will help me. Now if you notice that, for example, in the book they actually ask us to find out how many people saw the movie each day. They tell us first at the number of the people on Friday. They say that on Saturday the number of the people is let's say it becomes or increased by 1,000. So I add 1,000 to the thousands, so it becomes 2,323. Then they say on Sunday it's decreased by 100, so I subtract 100 from the hundreds, which is 200, becomes 2,223. And if they tell us, for example, that in the other days it's keep decreasing by 100,000 until they reach the weekend, so we can predict on Monday to have another 2,123. But actually they ask us about people who saw the movie on Saturday and people who saw the movie on Sunday. Now, the other question, Miss, actually they tell us that Miss teacher, she drew a puzzle on the whiteboard. The puzzle contains a pattern. Solve the puzzle. You can see it's actually kind of table. Okay, it's actually a puzzle. Now in the first column you can notice that first here in the first column to the left you can notice that the number was 78,000 and or 245. Then the other number, it was 79,245. So you can notice that it's increased by 1,000. So 79,245 plus another 1,000 will be 80,245. While in the second column here, they say it was 80, okay, 1,525. Then it decreased by some number, then it decreased again to get 80,545. So if you notice here, what's place value has been different here, or becomes another number. It's actually the tens. Okay, it was 2, then it becomes 4. So you can notice that it's increased by 10, and the number in the middle will be 3. Okay, for tens in the number, in the missing number in the middle will be 3, and there's no changing for other numbers, so it will be 80,535. Okay, now let's go to solve together guided problems. Yes, as you can see here, we re-explain the question in example 2. And after that, actually, let's go and solve guided problem. I will keep the solution here, but we will solve it together and, check our solution and the answers from this slide.